Welcome to Motorhead Garage, presented by Dustless Plastic. There's nothing cooler or nothing makes us more happy than when our shop is filled with technology and speed. And we have both of those things on display here to start the show this week. First, we're going to talk a little bit about the speed that's sitting right in front of me. This is a Bonneville-style Lakester that's owned by Todd Damon of Axiom Tool Group. Todd, this car is beautiful, and you're shooting to set some records on the solve of this thing, right?
We are. We're hoping August 2019 we change history a little bit.
What is the goal initially for this car to do speed-wise?
Well, we're hoping to hit about 205 if possible. Current record is just below 200. I'm going after that coat and some personal self-respect. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, the greatest thing about a Lakester like this, one that's actually based off a belly tank of an airplane, is that this is not something you simply open up a parts catalog and buy stuff for. The windows, the panels, all this stuff is custom made, and your business is about creating custom made things. Let's talk more about that and the latest innovation from Axiom Tool Group.
Perfect.
So walk me through what I'm looking at right here, Todd.
Brian, we've had kind of an unusual experience. We've, since 2014, we've engineered what we feel are the finest small format CNC routers in the industry. Our business has taken us primarily into the woodworking market. And we have found that many of our woodworking clients are doing some outstanding work well outside of the woodworking realm. And it includes acrylic and polycarbonate and aluminum, non-ferrous metals, anything that doesn't require flood coolant to cut, we can cut very, very well. This happens to be where our line starts. This is our I2R lineup with a very unusual price point. With this level of accuracy and repeatability, this machine starts at $29.99. This is a game changer.
It's a game changer for people who want to get into the precision CNC cutting world, but we're going to talk about the games that you have already changed and some of your other established properties. We're going to go check out those across the room.
Let's go.
So Todd, in any sort of business, it's about delivering a product to the customer that best fits their needs. So as we move up to the next level here, what are we looking at in terms of differences from the technology that we started with the first unit?
Well, let me clarify. We start with a 3-axis stepper-driven machine, approximate opening price point of about $3 grand. This is actually our flagship. This is the machine that we sell more of than all others. This is actually still stepper-driven, but it's a 4-axis machine, which means our rotary axis, our C-axis, gives us the ability to, whether it's gear shaft knobs or anything where you're wrapping a profile around a cylinder, that's what the 4th axis does. And then the next step up, which is our Elite Series, is a complete departure from what this market has seen in this anywhere in this price point. This is actually a servo-driven machine.
Now that gives us really super finite control and speed as well, right?
Repeatability of fractions of millimeters, and it gives us the ability with the holding torque and the closed loop technology on servos, it gives us the ability to accelerate faster, push harder, drive harder, and end up with a better quality part in a shorter period of time.
And ultimately, in any sort of production environment, those are the things
time is money.
You're going to sit there and do the bottom line math. Time is money.
That's right. That's right.
In the interest of operation, when I introduce this unit into my business, into my shop, what's the type of training, what's the type of knowledge needed to actually operate the machine?
Well, most importantly, we work very hard as a team to help you determine the best machine for your applications. Now, while there is a pretty broad difference between both price point and performance of these families of machines, there are some consistencies, and this is the magic that sets Axiom apart from our competitors. There are other players in this space. We just feel we've got a little better mousetrap. And some of the things that we do that the others don't, every machine that we build has prismatic linear guideways. They have rolled ball screws. They have magnetic proximity switches that allow the controller to fully understand where the electrospindle is at any point. And all of the things that cause the operator to have a much better customer experience, an easier machine to run, and ultimately the goal is to have a better quality part.
Well, better quality parts are what everybody wants to produce in their business. You're helping them do that. Well, Todd, thanks for the tour through the family of Axiom Precision machines. John Gardner's the lucky guy, though. He actually gets to run these babies with you. So we're going to be back with that in just a couple minutes after this break with more Motorhead Garage presented by Dustless Plastic.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting. Well, we're ready to take them for a test drive. Not the race car, the machines. And Todd's joined me back here from Axiom Tool Group. Now, Todd, before we get to the machines, you got some awesome products here that they actually cut, different varieties and very intricate cuts here. Let's talk about some of the products and some of the cuts that the machines can make.
Sure. Well, ultimately, any product that can be cut dry, no flood coolant, is fair game for these machines. There's a wide range of tooling available for materials like plastic, acrylic, polycarbonate, plexiglass, non-ferrous metals, copper, brass, bronze, and aluminum. Race car parts are light and don't have glass in them, and we can machine all of these parts very, very easily.
Yeah, I see a bunch of different materials. Walk us through. Let's start on this side and come all the way to this end of the table and talk about some of these. I mean, they're pretty neat products.
Sure. Well, you know, this was kind of a pleasant surprise for us. We knew for the woodworking industry, we wanted to overbuild our machine. But what we didn't know is that by overbuilding and tightening the tolerances up, we would end up with machining quality as spectacular as we're seeing in these machines. Typically, it's required a much larger investment on the part of the owner to integrate a machine with this type of tolerance and repeatability into their shops. Now, for well below $10,000, you can own a machine that'll cut aluminum parts, again, brass, bronze, copper, even things like acrylic with a nearly flamed edge, just a really good quality edge, and with accessories like our laser, you can cut foam parts for drawer organizers, interior parts, just about anything you need to produce. Again, if it can be cut dry, it's fair game for an Axiom precision machine.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, the intricate cuts on here. I mean, these are actually gears to a clock, you said one of your clients do.
They are. This is a unique project because the accuracy of these components is just very, very vital for the accuracy of the clock. And we're holding tenths of thousandths, and it's just an extremely delicate and accurate part required, and the machines do it very, very well.
Todd, what is this?
This is actually my favorite accessory. This is what we refer to as a rotary kit. Now, we spoke earlier about 3-axis versus 4-axis machines. This constitutes the 4th axis. All of the machines have an operating X, Y, and Z axis. This 4th axis rotary kit on any of our 4-axis equipped machines simply slides onto the table and plugs in, and it allows you to wrap a profile around a cylinder. So whether it's gear shift knobs or Christmas ornaments or pepper mills, you can take a 3-dimensional profile, wrap it around a cylinder, and create 3-dimensional parts.
Wow. Now, along with the machine, what else do I need?
Well, that's one thing where we really excel. So we don't believe in just selling the consumer a machine. We really focus on a package. Everything on our product mix is a la carte. We work very closely with the customers to help them select, based on their applications, the right product mix. But there are things that I think many first-time CNC owners don't consider, and that is dust collection constraints, the proper tooling, software, work holding is a field in and of itself. How do you hold that part to be able to machine it?
Yeah.
So we have vacuum clamps, we have mechanical clamps. We also have, as I mentioned, laser accessory that'll mount on any machine that we sell.
And all the holders, everything's right here. Why don't we go see them in action?
Absolutely.
Well, we're at the Axiom Elite Series machine, and Todd, I have to tell you, I'm a little bit intimidated. I mean, I'm not an MIT graduate, and is it simple to use? I mean, can I use it?
No, understandable, and a lot of customers are concerned about their ability to integrate this technology into their shops. The truth of the matter is, based on not only a really intuitive controller, but software that is just so user-friendly and easy for an operator to really master, this is not a difficult integration. The process is quite simple. You'll draw vectors, you assign a tool to those vectors, and save that file on a USB drive. The USB drive will be inserted on the front of the machine. We simply select the file on our controller and press go. And in a few moments, we'll have finished parts.
So that program's in there. Tell me what's going on with the machine.
Well, the machine, again, we're running 3 of our axes now. Z, which is up and down, X, which is across, and Y in the length of the table. Our program, obviously, based on the material that we're cutting and the tool that we're using, may require very high cutting speeds or low feed rates, all depending on chip load on the tool itself.
Right.
But this machine is capable of feeding up to 320 inches a minute. You can break off nearly any bit that you put in the spindle. So it's a very powerful, very fast machine. It also has an electro spindle that is variable from 0 to 24,000 RPM. One benefit to an accurate electro spindle that we utilize, we're running 24,000 RPM and we can stand next to it and have this conversation. They're really quite quiet.
It's incredible. Todd, what's your website?
You can find a whole lot more at axiomprecision.com.
We'll go check them out, but come back because we got plenty more Motorhead Garage right after this break.